Hi, fifth graders. For today's fluency, we are going to start a little bit into lesson 3 of this module. We're going to break it up and do it over several days of fluency. And today, I just want us to take some notes in our math notebook. So I'm going to open up to module 2, which I have a new sticky note for. We did that in, I think, the last lesson, because we wrote down how to multiply with multi-digit numbers. I'm going to go on to the next page. And let's title this page Operation Vocab. So here's what I mean. We are not doing surgery. There's not going to be an operation. What operation means is that in math, when you are changing a number, you are performing an operation. So in math, the ways we change numbers, we have addition, we have subtraction, we have multiplication, and we have division. So I want you to draw what I'm drawing. In fact, you might need to pause because I'm going to get started with our vocab words. So I have created kind of a T-chart with the different operations, and I'm going to write vocab words that are associated with those symbols in that box around the symbol. So this symbol here means addition. So whenever we're talking about it, you might hear me say addition. You might also hear me say add, or maybe plus. Or maybe we're talking about more, like first you had 3 apples, then you got 2 more. So the word more sometimes can mean addition as well. And if you can think of any other words in here that mean addition, you might want to write that. One of the most important ones, and one of the reasons we're doing this today is because this one, next one, might not be familiar to you. So when I'm talking about addition, I might say the sum. The sum of 2 numbers is the answer to an addition problem. So for instance, the sum of 2 and 3 is 5, because 2 plus 3 is 5. So sum is the answer to an addition problem. All right, let's think about subtraction here. Subtraction or subtract. Either one of these is fine. Take a second, see if you can brainstorm any other words you know that have to do with subtraction. You can write those in. Some of the ones I came up with were minus, or because more was with addition. What's the opposite of more? Less. So if I have 2 less cookies than you, and you have 3, in my head, if I have 2 less, the problem really is 3 minus 2. So I only have 1 cookie. And the last one, and this might not be super familiar to you, but kind of like sum, the answer to a subtraction problem we call the difference. So I could say the difference between 5 and 3 is 2, because 5 minus 3 is 2. So that's the difference between those 2 numbers. All right, take a second, brainstorm some words that you associate with this symbol. So maybe you came up with multiply or multiplication. Could also be times, for times 3 means you're multiplying. So up above, we added sum for the answer to an addition problem. Difference for the answer of a subtraction problem. Do you know what we call the answer to a multiplication problem? I almost said the word. It's product. So the product of 2 and 5 is 10, because 2 times 5 is 10. So the product of 2 and 5 is 10. Here's some other ones I want us to add, because we may not think of this necessarily as multiplication. But if I'm asking you to double something, or I want 2 doubled, or let me do something that's not 2, 5 doubled, what I'm really doing is multiplying times 2. So 5 doubled is 10. 5 times 2 is 10. Another word is tripled. If I want you to triple something, that's like multiplying times 3. 2 tripled would be 2, 4, I need more fingers, 6. 2, 4, 6. You multiplied by 3. You tripled it. And the last one, and this one's a little funny. We won't be using this for probably until next week, or maybe this is over winter break. So one other way you could show that you mean to multiply is by writing something like 3 19s. That's kind of funny. 3 19s, or it could be any number. 2 15s, 6 20s, 4 8s. What this would look like as a multiplication problem would be 3 times 19. 3 19s, 3 times 19. They mean the same thing. It's just a kind of a funny way of saying it. And I'd say this is the one that has the most ways you could say it. So that's the most writing you'll do. When you have those down, start brainstorming for this symbol. What words do we associate with that symbol? So of course, division or divide. Hopefully those popped up in your head. Division. But here's another one. So sum is the answer to addition. Difference is the answer to a subtraction. Product is the answer to multiplication. Do you know what we call the answer to a division problem? That is our quotient. We spell that Q-U-O-T-I-E-N-T, quotient. So actually, when we were doing, I'm not going to write this on the page. Let me get a little piece of paper. But when we were doing long division, let's say 2, 1, 5 divided by 5, that answer that was up here, that is our quotient. The answer to the division problem is the quotient. Answer to a division problem. Okay, that is all we're doing today. The next time we do fluency, we're going to actually use these to interpret expressions. And what will it look like once we go from words to actual numbers? But don't worry, you don't need to know what that means yet. Good job, everybody. Bye.